What do you do here? Do you hit Jakari Harris in the corner? Do you take the shot? Or something else? Braden Smith sees this big man trying to guard both him and his man, and nobody watching the 7-footer Purdue has camped in the short corner ready for the alley-oop. Braden Smith is probably the best passer in pure point guard in college basketball, and only standing at 6 foot tall, this is extremely impressive. So let's look at the reads he tends to make, and not only that, but why he tends to make those reads. Here he drives and keeps it simple with a short midi fade. Braden uses this fading shot a lot, which makes sense, since he's usually shorter than whoever is guarding him, and he's developed a great fading shot. Here Braden drives in just a bit to the right, then goes up for a fake shot. This makes the defender guarding the wing shooter completely disregard his man, who has been moving off ball into the corner for a wide open 3. This fake shot pass is also a favorite of Braden's, and is very useful for throwing off defenders and getting easy assists, but can also be dangerous, so make sure the guy you're passing to is going to be open so you don't travel. On this play, Braden sees that Maryland is in what looks to be a 3-2 zone, so what he does is drives off the handoff with a wide angle, knowing that since he took one of the wing defenders near the paint, that one guy on the perimeter should be open, and he caught Camden Heidi cutting for the and 1. Here he gets it on a fast break, and most people watching, or if they were in his shoes, probably would have hit Jakari Harris, who's the furthest one down the court, which wouldn't have been a bad pass, but ultimately he probably would have gotten a contested layup. But instead, he knows he has the best 3-point shooter in the Big Ten trailing him, so he kicks it out to Fletcher Lawyer for the open 3 instead. Here Braden gets a ball screen, and the defender tries to go over and gets caught up for just a second, which is enough for Braden Smith to get his 3-point shot off. Being as good of a shooter as Smith opens up so much for his whole team and is vital to his passing and scoring success. Here Fletcher Lawyer is cutting off of a screen and is open, so Braden Smith throws off his defender with his eyes by barely looking at him, then does a quick shovel pass so his defender can't react fast enough to get a hand on it. Here he gets a ball screen and the roller got open, so Braden put the ball in the perfect place where only he could get it, and he scored the bucket. Here he's going downhill but wants to get the ball to his big man posting up, so he gets set on 2 feet, then pump fakes into a wraparound pass into the post. Here Braden gets into the paint with a defender on his hip, and he draws some help from the paint, but not enough to just pass it to his big man. So instead he does a step back so the paint defender has to step up, then he goes into another shot fake pass for the easy layup. On this play, Braden has a slower big man guarding him, and what you want to do in this situation as a guard is usually not shoot a 3. Like Braden does here, you could do a hezzy into a layup where he puts the ball near the top of the backboard with some immaculate touch to make it go in. Here Braden gets a ball screen, or more of a fake ball screen, and with 2 defenders near him, but none of them really playing defense on him, he gets into his spot for the short corner fade. On this play, Braden is sizing up his defender until he loses his dribble, and when he loses his dribble, he immediately explodes downhill to throw off his defender and get by him for the layup. Here Braden is going downhill, and he stops on a dime and goes up for the mid-range shot. He can do this because of his change of pace control being so developed. On this play, Braden catches the ball at the top of the key, and as soon as he catches the ball, he rips it and changes his pace from 0 to 100 in a second to throw off his defender and get a layup. Here, Braden sees his big man attract 2 defenders on the wing, so he spaces out to the corner for the wide open 3, but he's not leaving his big man stranded out there to turn it over. If he thought he was about to turn it over, he would have came over and helped, but Braden knew his big man had the ball under control, so he spaced out for the open 3. On this play, Braden is running a fast break and he sees that he's a 2-on-1 advantage. So he drives it in further enough so the defender has to help, and farther enough away so he can throw the lob to his teammate for the easy dunk. Here, Braden does a low cross into the middle of the court to get into this one-legged mid-range shot. On this play, Braden brings the ball to the right side of the court to do that same move as last time, except this time he's doing it to flip to the defender's hips to pass it to his big man in the paint. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you want to be a true point guard, or any guard, then you should watch the video on the screen to develop your change of pace just like John Morant.